All right, let's dive into a really powerful idea, one that can totally shift how you think about making big changes in your life. It's this concept that tiny, almost invisible improvements, when you do them day in and day out, can lead to some absolutely massive results down the line. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You've got this huge goal. Maybe it's writing a book, getting fit, or learning a new skill. And the goal is so big, it's just paralyzing. You feel like you have to get it perfect right from the start, and that pressure is so intense that you just don't do anything at all. Well, today, we're going to break that cycle. So, first things first, let's talk about the biggest roadblock that stops most of us dead in our tracks. I call it the perfection trap. Here's the problem with trying to be perfect. It basically guarantees you'll never start. You keep telling yourself, oh, I'll start when things calm down, or I'll get going once I have the perfect plan. But let's be real, that perfect moment, it never ever comes. And so, progress just stalls out. This story really hits the nail on the head. Imagine this young artist so afraid to show her work because it wasn't a masterpiece yet. But here's the thing she realized years later. You don't get better by hiding in a cave. You get better by doing the work, getting feedback, and just practicing. By waiting for perfection, she was actually preventing herself from ever reaching it. So if perfectionism is the trap, then what's the way out? Well, it's this incredibly simple and powerful idea called the 1% better rule. Okay, this is the core idea. I want you to forget about making huge leaps. Forget about trying to transform your life overnight. The 1% rule is all about one thing. Just trying to be one tiny percent better today than you were yesterday. It's all about small, consistent steps. I mean, just look at that number, 1%. It's nothing, right? It's not scary. It's not overwhelming. It's something you can actually do. And that right there, that's its secret power. This is a goal you can hit every single day, no matter what. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Check out the math. If you get just 1% worse every day, by the end of the year, you've basically lost everything. But if you get 1% better every single day, that tiny effort starts to compound. And by the end of the year, you're not just a bit better, you are nearly 37 times better. That's the mind-blowing power of consistency. So what does this actually look like in real life? It's the small stuff. We're not talking about reading an entire book in one sitting. We're talking about reading 5 pages, not running a marathon, just going for a 10-minute walk. These things are so small, they're almost impossible to make excuses for. Now, to really make this work for you, it takes a little shift in your mindset. You have to start valuing progress, any forward movement at all, way more than you value the idea of being perfect. This chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? The perfection mindset waits, it's afraid of mistakes, and it's obsessed with the finish line. But the progress mindset, it just starts. Even if it's messy, it sees mistakes as lessons, and it's not worried about the end, it's just focused on taking that very next step. So which side of this chart do you usually find yourself on? Seriously, take a second and think about this. Where is that fear showing up for you? Is it with a project, your health? Just knowing where the block is, that's the first step to breaking through it. Okay, so we know why we should do this and what we should do. Now let's get into the how. And there's this brilliant little trick for making these 1% improvements stick, and it's called the habit stacking method. The logic here is just fantastic. Instead of trying to find extra time or motivation out of thin air, you just piggyback your new habit onto something you already do automatically. Your brain already has that pathway carved out. So the formula couldn't be simpler. After I do my current habit, I will do my new habit. And here are some perfect examples. You already brush your teeth every day, right? So that's your trigger. You already pour that morning coffee. That's your cue. By linking the new habit to something you do on autopilot, you make it almost effortless. You're not relying on willpower here, you're relying on a system. It's so much easier. All right, enough talk. Action is what really matters. So I want to leave you with a simple challenge, something you can start literally today. Let's call it your 30-day challenge. So here's the deal. For the next 30 days, your only job is to do one tiny 1% improvement each day. Don't worry about the results. Don't try to overdo it. The single most important thing is building that muscle of consistency. Just showing up is the win. And if you're not sure where to start, no problem. Here's what your first week could look like. Just notice how small and doable all of these are. You're not trying to change your entire life in a week. You're just trying to build a little bit of momentum, one small action at a time. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Don't worry about a 5-year plan. Don't even worry about next week. Just ask yourself this one simple question. What is one tiny thing I can do tomorrow that will make my day 1% better than today? Find that answer and just start there.